You ever have those moments when you're online and see a game get announced and think, cool, I'll check that out when it releases, only for the developers to pull the rug from under you with the game releasing that day? Well, that's what happened last year when Microsoft revealed Hi-Fi Rush during one of their livestream presentations. Developed by Tango Gameworks, who are known for the Evil Within series, Hi-Fi Rush is a combination between a hack and slash and a rhythm game. I'm a huge fan of both of these genres, playing games like Metal Gear Rising and Guitar Hero, so combining these genres together caught my interest. The only issue was I was playing other games at the time, so I held off playing the game. It wouldn't be until a couple months later, with me getting Game Pass for a month, that I decided to play the game myself. And boy, it was amazing. The unique style the game has with the combat, art design, and music all blend together beautifully. I enjoyed my time with Hi-Fi Rush, so much that I say it was my favorite Xbox game of 2023, which, when comparing it to the other exclusives, may not mean much. If you're looking for a fun action game with a unique twist and great music, Hi-Fi Rush is for you. And now that it's out on PlayStation, there's even less of a reason not to try it out. So to celebrate the PlayStation release, why not look at what makes this game truly special? The story follows Chai, a guy who signs up to be part of a project for the massive company Vandelay Industry. But after a mishap during the procedure, Chai's MP3 players merged with his robotic arm, labeling him a defect. However, as the robots attempt to take him in, Chai learns that his new arm can really do a number on the robots, even more so when he's following the beat of the music. As Chai searches for a way off the island, he'll come across a girl named Peppermint and her cat 808, who will explain that there's more going on with Vandelay Industry than what's shown to the public. Working together, they'll traverse the island to slowly piece together the mystery of what the CEO, Cale Vandelay, is really up to. It's a simple plot, but the characters and humor carries the story through the 8-hour-long journey. Chai is a likable idiot, trying to act like a cool rock star, who can't even play guitar, but gets serious when the plot needs him to be. Peppermint serves as the brains of the operation, and her attempting to work with Chai results in a couple of laughs, as he's more with go with the flow, seeking more for a cool path to the destination, while she's more sticking to a plan. Starting out with little keeping them together to eventually both with a common goal was nice to see in the story. Also, 808 is here, who will accompany Chai throughout the whole journey, which will result in some fun slapstick comedy here and there. Also, who wouldn't like a robotic cat traveling with them? As the story continues, more members will join the team, each bringing something new to the table, both in plot and in gameplay. You'll have plenty of time to get to know these characters, as in between each mission, you'll interact with them in one-on-one conversations back in the hideout, learning more about each character during the downtime between levels. Just like the main squad, the villains are just as enjoyable, as you'll meet the head of each department on your quest, with each one being overly exaggerated with their personalities. From the big muscles destructions of Rekka to the JoJo-loving Zanzo, meeting each one will provide their own challenges and flair, making their stages unique. Not to mention the animation and cutscenes throughout the game look beautiful. The areas are full of detail and color, and every character can express so much emotion with their faces and body movement. The environments have so many little things to flesh out the world, from robots talking about their jobs, others trying to relax, find love. Even a cold, hard-boiled detective can be found across the island. There will be so much to come across in this game regarding the story alone that'll just be as entertaining as the other bonuses you'll find across stages. The humor can be hit or miss sometimes based on the person. However, in my case, I felt it landed more times than it missed. Conversations between the team and villains, the robots just trying to work, and the physical jokes with Chai being smacked all over the place at least gave me a little chuckle. In between the moments of combat during stages, the story is a fun journey that will hold your attention the whole ride through. The gameplay in Hi-Fi Rush is what really makes it special. It plays similar to other hack and slash like the original God of War trilogy and Devil May Cry. Traversing through a stage and come across an arena full of enemies, beat them down with some flashy combos, and proceed on through. Hi-Fi Rush's combat is great to play, a variety of combos and specials to use with upgrades to obtain to further your progress. But as I mentioned earlier, rhythm plays a significant role too. Fighting enemies along with the beat of the music provide additional damage and increases your score at the end of the fight. Grades are determined by rhythm, score, and time. So while you're trying to finish the fight quick, matching your moves to the beat feels good during and after the fight. Since I'm a fan of rhythm games, I'll sometimes be too focused with staying on beat that I may take too much time in the fight. But the grading system is fair, at least on normal difficulty. There may be times, however, when there's a lot of enemies on screen, and the lock-on may focus on the wrong enemy, but it can somewhat be managed. Also times where you'll be attacked off screen, so you'll always have to keep an ear out for attacks. If you have no experience with rhythm games, you'll be fine as you can still play this like any other hack and slash, but the rewards for following the music is a good incentive to try to stay on beat. You could also display a bar at the bottom of the screen to visualize the beat if you're having too much trouble, but for me, I decided to go without it for my playthrough. While progressing through a stage, you'll start coming across these gears, and you can use them in the shop to buy more specials, combos, or increase your health. The game also has in-game achievements to work towards that reward you with the gears, so there'll be a steady flow of money to customize Chai during your play session. You'll also come across these murals placed all across the stages, so keep an eye out for them, and possibly discover who's been leaving them behind. Traversal with Chai is good, however, trying to match the beat may result in a bad jump every once in a while, or at least for me. I'll be so into keeping up with the music, I'll be dashing through hallways to the next fight. Platforming is where that messes me up. It's not bad and it is manageable, but for me, I'll just treat the game like any platformer and go off beat when it comes to precise jumping. But something to consider too is that everything in the environment follows the beat along with Chai. From lasers moving across the room, to platforms moving down the production line, knowing what's the proper timing to jump is important. You can tell when things are about to move, but Chai's jumping may be an issue at times, resulting in you failing some easy jumps. The enemies also follow the music, attacking only on beat. Here is where the counter system comes into play. If you see or hear an enemy about to strike, you're able to counter it to prevent getting hit. You can also dodge out of the way, which is what I primarily did, as when I'm fighting, I'll be in the middle of a combo, seeing the enemy about to attack, I'll dodge and lead into the next string of attacks. Either option can work, but countering would be better for a good score. Everything matching the music is so crazy. I'll be tapping my foot along with the beat as a way to help me follow the music, and clearing an area full of robots to see an S rank is such a rewarding thing to see. The game will always drop new enemy variants and stages to change things up, which is so important in games like these, so it's not growing stale over time. Enemies will start to come equipped with blue shields, green armor, others will be airborne or shoot fire, all requiring you to change your approach each fight. Chai won't be alone, however, as Peppermint and new team members will assist him when called on during fights, having Peppermint destroy the shields while Macaroon will demolish the robot's armor. Only issue with this is you'll scroll between the characters with LT, and having to mash it to get to the character you need can get tedious. Not a big issue, and really you could just mash them one by one. Your new allies also provide assistance with exploration, as they can help reach far or blocked off areas you couldn't reach without them. The bosses though are really where everything comes together, with each one having something to make them unique. One will have you dodge slash waves down 3 pathways, another will have you play an actual rhythm game, but by far my favorite one is the Corsica fight. A 1v1 fight where you simply counter or dodge the scripted attack she throws, starting off easy but slowly getting more challenging later on. What I really like though is the dialogue from Chai and Corsica between each attack. Progresses the story while providing an entertaining duel between two of my favorite characters. After finishing off stages, you'll be sent back to the hideout to relax, buy some upgrades, see the collectibles you found, or replay past stages. Besides post-game objectives, Tango Gameworks did release additional modes after launch, like a roguelike and another that will slowly increase the music's tempo the further you go. You can finish the story and call it a day, but the multiple modes, the unlockables to obtain, and the bonus areas, there's plenty here to make you go for an encore. Also, the game has costumes. Look, 808 has a witch hat. The presentation benefits from the Series X, with little to no loading screens and maintaining a consistent frame rate no matter what's on screen. There'll be times when the game transitions to a 2D cutscene, and it'll take me a second to notice it. They're just so clean with it, and it never takes me out of the experience. The music is great, which thank God it is considering the whole game revolves around it. The music is so catchy to listen to, and with everything in the environment following along with it, is such a cool thing to see. Sound effects also follow the music, from gates and bridges moving along to the music. I just think how complicated it must have been for the developers to match everything here to the music. I can only imagine it didn't get done in a short amount of time. The voice acting shines too, with great performances from Chai and the whole cast. Chai as a character can sound annoying on paper, but the way he's animated and voiced by Robbie Damon, he's funny to watch and cool to play as. There are licensed songs incorporated into the game, mainly for the boss fights, which go along nicely with the game's original music. Plus, if you plan on streaming the game, there's a streamer mode to remove all these songs, so no worries if you want to show off your skills online. Everything put together from the story, gameplay, music, presentation, Hi-Fi Rush is such an amazing game that everyone needs to play, at least once. There really wasn't much grabbing my attention on Xbox, but this game was just what I needed, taking two of my favorite genres and blending them together perfectly. And now that it's on PlayStation, means that even more people can experience it. Minor gripes aside, like some platforming and combat issues, the full package is an amazing experience that I want to continue playing. So much so that I bought the game by itself so I wouldn't need a Game Pass subscription. Also, definitely planning on grabbing a physical copy once those things go on sale. If you're a fan of hack and slash adventures or maybe rhythm games, do yourself a favor and play Hi-Fi Rush. You won't regret it. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and maybe subscribe for more videos. Also, leave a comment on what some of your favorite hack and slash or rhythm games are. With that said, thank you again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!